everyone, the passionate Piscator here at Angler's Paradise on the Koi Lake. Now the Koi Lake is my #1 favourite lake here on the Angler's Paradise holiday complex. It's amazing. The fish in here are glorious in colour, but it's not as easy as it looks. Koi carp are extremely wary fish and they're very, very clever. I like to come down here and surface fish them so I can pick the colours of the fish I want and maybe pick out some of the bigger fish rather than just thrashing away at the smaller ones until I get a bigger one. However, surface fishing can be very, very frustrating. You need a lot of patience, and none more so than when you're catching koi. They're very, very wary of the bait. They're very difficult. So I've set myself up with a lovely ancient woodland background with the overhanging trees behind me over the lake, and I'm hoping to creep around just along this edge between the anglers who are over there, who are lovely, and the anglers who are down there, who are also lovely, and not get in their way, and just creep along and pick off any fish that I see. I'm going to spend quite a bit of time just moving up and down and putting in a few dog biscuits as bait on the surface and just watching. In fact, I'll probably spend a good couple of hours doing that. I've got all day today. I'll spend a couple of hours just watching fish, seeing where fish are, noting where the fish are, because when you see a koi, it's likely to stay in the same sort of area, and you can feed them up, gain their confidence, and make it a little bit easier to catch them with any luck. Anyway, I've seen a few fish moving around on the surface, so I'm going to start doing exactly what I planned. I'm not actually in a swim at the moment. I'm just kind of set halfway between two swims, and I'm going to walk back and forth between these two, out the way of the other anglers, and see if I can coax in a few koi to come in and feed. Been about an hour or so of me feeding up a swim just to my left hand side and dropping a few on my right hand side as well. They're very, very frustrating. Now this fish was absolutely amazing. I hooked it, it swam out into the lake, swam back up, leapt, jumped onto the bank, flapped around in the mud for a little bit, fell back into the water, and then I played it and caught it just like a normal fish. But this is the famous leaping koi from Angler's Paradise. There we go. Look at that, a lovely white koi, little bits of orange just on his scales on his belly there. Lovely eye, got a red eye, and on the other side like a blue eye. But what a lovely, lovely fish. 6.5 pounds this fish weighs, and properly gave me something to remember by jumping onto the bank. Hilarious. I was laughing away. What the neighbours must think, I don't know. Anyway, give her a kiss and we'll pop her back. This was where I hooked it, just out here, and it spun all the way around over there, shot in, leapt, landed in that big muddy puddle there, flapped around, wiggled its way back in, and off it went again, and played it and cooked it there. Absolutely crazy. Just watching fish in my second swim. Nothing really big as yet, but it's like looking into a koi pond at home if you have one. I mean, it is literally a koi pond, so I suppose it would be. But there's so many fish in here. In the other swim, there are loads of big fish moving around. One of them, which was definitely an 8 pound plus fish, but staying right out in the middle, out of the way. I'm extremely wary. Twice it came up and checked my bait out. Didn't even bother trying to mouth it. Looked at it, swam off. There's a few white koi milling around these little lilies here, but I'm mostly feeding the little ones off. I'm trying to get the bigger ones. I want fish about £5 plus if I can. So it means that today I'll be catching a lot less fish than if I was just going for whatever fish turned up. But they should be a little bit bigger. Otherwise you can be pestered here. I say pestered, you're hardly being pestered by fish of like £2, £3. Of course, sometimes I love being pestered by those fish, but today I'm just doing something a bit different. I'm trying to not get too distracted. Try and aim for the bigger ones, although one thing I'm renowned for, if I see one of really beautiful colours, I'll get it no matter what the size. Oh, just had another angler turn up on the other side. There's 6 of us on here now. Still, there's plenty of room for all of us. And I'm being cheeky and taking up 2 swimmers as it is. But again, there's so many. It's taking a little bit of a relax now. Fed up with 2 swims either side. I'm waiting for some bigger fish to move into this one. I'm waiting for the fish to not be so scared in that one after catching that fish earlier on. I'm never a frantic fisherman on the Koi Lake. I just like to chill out and relax. This is one of the loveliest, prettiest lakes here. It's set right in the middle of woodland, all the way around you. There's so much wildlife to see. I've just seen a few dragonflies scooting about. I heard a barn owl behind me earlier on this morning when I got here. And it's just really, really peaceful. A good place to chill out, relax, contemplate life. Contemplate the fish and just don't know, have a bit of a snooze maybe later on. Not raining today, which is nice. Well, not yet. Just enjoy the breeze, enjoy a little bit of sun, watch the koi swimming around and just relax. The biggest of the smaller fish that were in that swim. A lovely £5 4 ounce bright orange with some lovely black spots. Koi. Snuck into the margins, picked him out without me spooking him, without him even knowing I was there. What lovely fish. This swim, I always try and edge my net carefully and quietly right to the edge, so that when I catch a fish I can run down and the net's already there. But I'm stood way back out the way. I'm actually fishing along these reeds here. Reason being is that I can sneak over to the edge, drop in the bait, and I can duck down a bit lower just so that the fish can't quite make me out and I can just see them. I'll also fish, if I turn the camera a little bit, along this edge. This is a swim here, right along that edge. I'll chuck some bait really close in. I find that's a really good thing to do, because what you can do is with a piece of bread, drop the bread really close in the margins and just lay the line over the bank or over one of these little tufts of grass here. That way you've got no line on the water at all, and the fish tend to be a little bit more readily to take it after that. But it's all about stealth when you're doing the stalking, and none more so for koi because they are so wary. You want a day of frustration? Come koi carp fishing. I've just spent the past 2 hours fishless because I've been stalking around a fish that looked like it was, well, it was certainly £8 plus. It could have even been pushing 10. It's one of those classic sort of 10 pounders, well, 8 to 10 pounders you get in the koi lake. But I think I finally, having missed him 4 times, he came and nosed the bait. I've decided to move along back to a different swim just so that I can get the heart, my heart I should say, out of my throat for another half an hour or so. There's actually a bit of chop coming across the water. You can't really see it here, but there's a slight breeze going across and it's just pushing the fish off the top and a bit further down, which is a bit frustrating when you're fishing on the top. Just need a little bit more sunshine to warm it up a bit, I think, and it'll be an absolutely perfect day. As it is, it's quite a tricky one. Not the biggest fish, this one, but I've been so long over the other side trying to catch one of those really big koi. I needed a bit of a break. And this one was really beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful colourings, orange markings. Gorgeous fish. Anyway, it's good to get the confidence up again with a smaller fish. We'll pop him back. Been a tricky day today so far. Normally on Koi Lake, you scatter out some dog biscuits and the fish are all coming up for them. But today, whether it's just been the rain we've been having, or it's slightly colder, they're just really not going for it. So I'm trying to pick out individual fish, which makes it even more difficult. There's no competition for any of the bait I'm putting in. It's just, a lot of it is luck, I'll be honest. The luck of seeing a fish, popping it in front of its nose, and just seeing whether the fish takes it or not. Here we go, this one's £6 on my nose. Another lovely big white koi. There we go, look at that. Chonky fish, this one. Surprised it's not more than £6, to be honest. It's got a big fat belly on it. Love those dog biscuits, but love that bit of bread on my hook even more. Another tussle. This one is £7 on the nose. Look at that. What a magnificent fish. Oh, so beautiful. These koi are gorgeous. Just imagine how much one of these would cost you in your local fish shop for your pond. Absolutely phenomenal. So expensive, I expect. What a lovely fish. Another mostly white one with some lovely orange scales, some orange markings on the top, some dark spots. Beautiful. Look at that. Ooh, and break time again. Let the swims rest. Just disturbed the fish once again. So I'll need a little bit of time to get their confidence back. As you can see, I've been trying to pick out the bigger of the fish in the swims. It hasn't always been successful. And I have been trying also to try and pick out the more beautiful fish. I haven't had a black and white koi yet. Mostly white with black spots. And there was one down in the right hand side there, which I was trying to get when that big 7-pounder turned up, and I thought, oh, I suppose a 7-pounder, I really ought to go for that. So I went for that one and caught it, thankfully. My biggest koi I've caught out of here is 10 pounds and 3 ounces. And that was a hell of a fight. Actually, out the same swim, right round by the monk. It took me 3 hours of stalking to catch it, and it went for the bait and spat it out 5 times. It was very, very frustrating, but sometimes it pays off, which is why I do it. And it is good fun. It is really good fun. When the fish comes up, your heart starts beating, goes up into your throat, and you have the sheer joy and exhilaration of the fish smashing off into the distance, because surface caught carp, I always find, fight much harder, and even more so because they're koi, because koi fight harder pound for pound than normal carp anyway. But yeah, beautiful fish. I've had several bottle winning koi from here. A bottle winning koi, by the way, has to be 8 pounds or over, and then you get a bottle of wine as like a reward from Zig, which is really nice. So I've had a few of them in my time, all through the same method, spending ages and ages and ages painfully stalking the margins. But sometimes it pays off, and I'm very pleased with that 7-pounder, especially as the carp on the surface in here, the koi carp that is, just don't really seem to be going for it today. So normally they're up on the surface feeding and splashing around, and there's very few doing that. So it's been a bit trickier, been a little bit trickier, but this is how you learn lots of things in angling, by trying different things out, spending the time doing it, and watching the fish. Just spent just like a quarter of my day, about 2.5 hours trying to stalk a big koi. Must have been 10-poundish. No luck, and I was feeling a little bit despondent because I've just got, I haven't caught a koi in a long time. So I thought I'd catch something to cheer myself up, something bright, something orange, something lively. Look at that! What a gorgeous fish! Look at the colours. There's no sun now, but this fish is still glowing. Amazing. And she's back. Yeah, this whole pocket here, this one, was full to the brim with dog biscuits, and I've just spent the past couple of hours throwing them in, essentially just feeding the fish and making them bigger. So I thought, you know, we've got to get some sort of reward from all of that, and that was a lovely reward. Not the cracking great big koi I was after, but you're not always successful with them, and I think rather than just continue to the end of the day trying to catch that fish, which will probably never happen, I'm just gonna sneak around now, pull out a few smaller ones just to round off my day, because we're coming towards the end of it now. It's getting gloomier, it's getting darker. It's been so relaxing down here. I've just been enjoying everything. There's a lovely couple next to me. I've been going around and helping to weigh their fish. Some lovely fish they've had as well. There's a couple over there who've been catching fish. Everyone's been catching fish and everyone is happy. Perfect day. This was a full bag of pedigree chum mixer. I haven't fed it all to that big £10 koi, I promise. But the fish in here have been having a good feed up today. Well, more than me. I didn't even bring any lunch. To be fair, it's not too far to walk up to the villas, but I'm just lazy, and plus I want to catch more fish. I've been trying for a little while to try and catch a really beautiful fish. Don't get me wrong, they're all beautiful, but I get the zero on the scale. Actually, what I've got is a sling. Well, actually it's an old net which I'm using to weigh the fish in. Just slide the fish into that one and lift them up. Oh, it's actually my smallest weighed one anyway of the day. 5. Do I give myself 5? Oh, yeah, it's more 5 than it is just over 5. Sadly enough. It's either 5.1 or 5, and I'll err on the side of 5. I've been trying to catch one of the really pretty fish here, and as I say, all of the fish are absolutely gorgeous, really, really pretty. But there are some which are white and black and orange, and this is one of them. Oh, she's still very, very lively. Definitely a she, because she's got a big fat belly. Look at that. Gorgeous. From the surface, actually, it looked very much like it was a Dalmatian, a black and white one. Look on the belly, just that slight bit of orange. And there are some slight flecks of orange on the top. Don't know if you can see, which is what made me think it had a bit more orange to it than can be seen from the top. And I was absolutely right. Look at that, £5 of Angler's Paradise koi. It's no wonder that this is my favourite lake of all the lakes here, and it's no wonder that this is the reason, really. If I was to pick one fish, this is the reason why I just love coming here. Some of the most amazing koi carp you'll ever catch, and there's a whole lake full of them. Mwah. Let's pop her back, definitely. One thing you must always remember, and you need to accept it into your life when it comes to angling, is there is always one last cast. And thank heavens for the one last casts, because they produce beautiful salt and pepper. Look at the peppering of black on his back. Salt and pepper koi from the koi lake at Angler's Paradise. This one fought like stink. I was near a monk, I was near some overhanging trees, there were some lilies, there were some iris seed heads dangling in the water. It took me all over and all through them trying to get rid of me. This one's £5 as well. Another beautiful, beautiful hard fighting koi from the koi lake at Angler's Paradise. I just love this lake, absolutely love it. Thank you for joining me here on the koi lake at Angler's Paradise. Hopefully this video has given you some idea as to why I absolutely adore fishing this lake. This is the one I look forward to the most when I come here on holiday. The koi are beautiful, glorious, colourful creatures, and they fight like trains as well. And they're even catchable on a really dreary, blustery day like today, which is even better. Although on a lovely, warm, sunny summer's afternoon, I'll be back for that, trust me. I'm leaving now because I'm absolutely freezing, but the fish are still feeding. They're still going around in the margins. And I do need to get back to have something to eat because I haven't eaten all day. I've been concentrating on the fishing a bit too much, as usual. Like this video, subscribe to my channel for more content, and I will see you again another time. Thank you for joining me. Bye.